Hi everybody, this is a short video on how you can use Prezi to make interactive posters. Because of the way Prezi is designed, in that you can zoom in and zoom out of different bits, as well as getting an overview of everything you've done, it really lends itself to poster presentation. And so I'm going to give an example of that here. One thing that I've also done is that I'm actually using a smartboard to help present this poster, just to make it a little bit more interactive, make it run a little bit smoother, so that I can click on the screen to go from one bit to another, rather than using a laptop. Also means that, say, if I'm at a conference presenting my poster with lots of people walking around, equally they can come up and click on bits that they find particularly interesting. What I've done to do this is something I just whipped up in 5 minutes, so don't pay too much attention to the content. I don't guarantee its accuracy. A little presentation on the energy mix, just to show you how you can use Prezi in this way. So let's say that I'm presenting my poster, someone comes up, they're particularly interested in the research that I've done into, say, fusion and the role that that could play in the energy mix. So I'll click on the fusion frame, and it zooms in, and now they can see everything that I've talked about in Fusion. This ability to zoom in and out means you can cram way more content in than you can on a normal poster, which is another one of the reasons why it's so useful. And particularly as well, because you can focus on particular bits, sometimes with your posters people are only interested in certain parts of your work, and it makes it much easier to get them interested, to get them listening to what you've got to say. If I click on the picture, it'll zoom in a little bit further. Here you can see the pros and cons, the main con of Fusion being that it might actually never work. But let's say I want to go back to the main screen. I'll click outside this frame. Another thing you can do is embed video into your poster, which is, I find, particularly useful. You can do all sorts of things to demonstrate some of your work with that. Let me give you an example of that. Let's click on the renewables frame. So here you can see it's zoomed in. It's displaying what I've got to say about renewables. But what I've done here is embedded in a different frame is a short video on renewables that I found on YouTube. Any videos that are on YouTube, you can embed them in a Prezi poster. Very useful. So let's click on that frame to zoom in and display the video.
Have a three-bladed rotor spinning in a vertical plane attached to the front of a box which we call the nacelle after
Quick and simple to do.
an aircraft engine.
Let's pause that. If I click outside this frame, I'll go back to the renewables frame and click outside that to get the overview. See, I've done a couple of others there. There's all sorts of different things you can do with Prezi in terms of the frames that you can use. You can use hidden frames, you can define a path, although equally I wouldn't suggest defining a path for if you're using it as an interactive poster, because you want to be able to move from one bit to the other as the situation demands. So, all sorts of different options you can try. My advice is go to Prezi.com, get yourself a free account, and just get experimenting. There's all sorts of different things you can do. One thing I would really suggest it for is poster presentations.